Hey everybody, welcome to Unlocking the Magic over on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining us and subscribing. We really appreciate all your support, and we're going to answer some questions that you guys sent us today through Facebook, through Instagram. There's some emails that we got to get some responses to.
Yes.
Lots of stuff, lots of talking.
Let's go.
I'm really excited.
Let's get into it. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching part 2 on YouTube, by the way. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button down there so you're alerted to all of our episodes. We're going to be doing a lot of episodes moving forward about top 5s, best restaurants, best attractions, in or outs, all specifically for YouTube. So hit that subscribe button below.
Okay, this question's from Jill. We're going to get right into it. This question is, which park, in your opinion, has the best rope drop? Which park?
Which Magic Kingdom?
It's got to be Magic
Kingdom.
Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom.
Okay. Yeah. Which resort has the best food courts? I've always had a love of food courts. Which resort? I was actually, maybe it's not the best, but I was actually pleasantly surprised with the food court at the Art of Animation.
Yeah.
What I really like about resorts is that the food courts coincide with the theming. So probably if you had to choose, like, my favorite would be either the Polynesian.
Yep.
Or probably the French Quarter over.
Definitely. I'll tell you which one has the worst.
Oh, okay.
Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Wait, no.
Yes.
Just the setup. But the food is really
The food is good, but the setup is bad.
Yeah, you're into like having it to be very easy to order, easy to pick up.
So it was for resorts?
Yes.
I'd say French Quarter Resort is really good.
Okay.
And then I would say Art of Animation is really good.
Okay.
The Polynesian I enjoy, even though it's tiny, but I love Tonga toast.
And it's relatively easy to order there, even though it's a super busy food court.
And like the outdoor dining is right there. It's a great place to eat when you're done sitting outside.
Okay. Next one's from Lauren. If you could have a meet and greet, maybe this one's just for me. If you could have a meet and greet with any character that doesn't have one now, who would you choose? I feel like Bruce doesn't do character.
I'm out on this one.
For sure?
For sure.
I would say Oogie Boogie.
All right.
Like, I want to just run and give him a hug. Okay, next one from Kelsey. What's your souvenir list? What's on your park souvenir list?
So I'm into hats right now, and I'm into mugs. So those are the two things that I get on every trip.
Mugs has always been sort of our go-to, mainly because they're useful.
Yeah.
They're relatively inexpensive, and they're pretty easy to pack, like on your carry-on on the way home. But I definitely dig the new hat look and like the new hat idea that you've been doing. Because those are also, for us, it's like whatever's inexpensive and then we'll actually use.
Right. I want to use it more than just one time. I want to get a souvenir that I'm going to use when I'm at Disney, but then not use it when I get home.
Our youngest has this tradition. I don't know if it's a souvenir per se, because she actually has it while we're there, but she always has to have a giant lollipop when we're in like she uses her souvenir money for a giant lollipop at the Magic Kingdom. Only the Magic Kingdom.
Next question.
From Kelsey, if you could only get one treat from the confectionery, what would it be? What time of day would you eat it? During the mid-afternoon rush? Or when the park is closing for a midnight snack? And why?
I don't know what treats they have there, to be honest with you.
Well, you've eaten there, but like we always usually order for you. Like we usually go and get.
Maybe like toffee. I like the toffee.
We always get a toffee.
Late at night. Right as we're about to leave. Sit down. Maybe watch how the crowd levels are leaving the park to get on the herd monorail.
I'm surprised you didn't see mid-afternoon rush, because that's usually when our kids like to go. And we get a coffee and then we kind of like perk ourselves back up.
Yeah, we're not talking about the kids. We're talking about me. And you.
So that's your answer?
Yeah.
My answer is going to be with the kids.
All right.
That mid-afternoon treat is the best. The toffee is really good.
It is really good.
Lori asks, if you only had 2 days to be in the parks on your next trip with no park hopper, which 2 parks would you choose?
My next trip, 2 park hoppers?
No park hoppers, but 2 parks.
I would say right now, I'd say Magic Kingdom and Hollywood.
Those 2 parks are the best for me. All right, next one. Well, for the not the best, but like the ones that I would want to go to. Okay, next question is from Jennifer. So would you rather early morning magic at Fantasyland or Magic Kingdom after hours?
I would say after hours.
After hours.
Yeah.
We're huge in the after hours. I feel like Disney at night is just so cool.
Yes.
Okay. Christine asks, have you ever thought about becoming DVC members?
Yes, we have many times. We just never have pulled the trigger.
Yeah. We almost want to move to Florida versus even DVC. Like, that's really what the holdup is. Like, we really want to move.
So this is me. I'm going to throw a clip in here. This is me trying to figure out if DVC is worth it.
50,000. Plus 150,000, yeah.
Wait,
All right, so that's me trying to figure out how if DVC is worth the money because I can never figure out the calculations. We've interviewed 17 people. I still don't really know how it works.
It's not that I'm telling you. It's because we've always had or dreamed of the idea of actually living in Florida. So it really would not make sense to own a DVC and I feel like live in Florida.
Right, that's
you
the
have
goal.
to like choose one or the other. So I think that's what's sort of hold us back.
Roger that.
Okay, next one, Craig. Only one snack in Walt Disney World. What would it be?
Tonga toast, bro.
That would be your. That's not really a snack though.
It is to me.
That's the thing that's hard is like a lot of people listen that think that it's like a technical snack. First of all, on the dining plan, which it's not.
Right.
Or second of all, like
It's not my fault. Do your research.
do your own. I guess in a lot of ways, like what is considered a snack for us and for regular people is two totally different things.
The percentage of people that are on the dining plan versus regular people who just buy snacks.
Yeah. Is it?
It's probably lower.
Okay.
So if all right,
One snack.
non-dining plan Tonga toast. If I'm in the park, like if I'm in the Magic Kingdom, I'm getting the fruit waffle.
That's your favorite.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
not a dining plan either. But I'm getting that anyway.
It is a snack with the strawberry one.
Oh, yeah.
Not the actual like
Bananas and blueberries
When
and
it gets
Nutella.
fancy, it's
Yeah.
not. Okay. Next one, Alyssa. What are the best rides to do at night? As soon as I think of at night, I think of Magic Kingdom. But then now with Hollywood Studios, the way that it's illuminated at Toy Story Land, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
But for nighttime, Astro Orbiter, pretty much all of Tomorrowland at night is
Yes.
cool. Like Astro Orbiter is just
Even Space Mountain at night, like you come out, it's still night.
yeah.
Um,
People Mover, like I know it's weird.
Speedway is cool at night.
Yeah.
Not as hot, and you're not sitting there in the humidity and the heat.
Daniel asks, which new attraction are you looking forward to?
Tron.
Me, that's what I said. I
Yeah.
was really thinking that.
I'm not super into the movie,
Yeah.
but every time we go there and ride the People Mover, you can see the construction happening on the Tron attraction, and
Yep.
I'm really looking forward to what it's going to be when it's done.
I think that part of like even earlier when we were talking about what attractions at night will be cool, I think just it's going to be very cool to ride that and then like another experience at night at Tomorrowland. I think it's going to be really interesting.
All right, one more from you, and then I'm going to get into mine.
What is your favorite ride in all parks?
All of parks, my favorite ride is probably Everest,
Why do you say it with a question?
because it's hard to pick one.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick a favorite ride. Like, do I like
Really,
Everest more than Space Mountain? I don't know.
No, it's got to be one. You have to choose. I have one.
What?
Space Mountain.
Yeah, I know that.
Forever and ever. I mean, okay. I guess I see your point now because when I say it out loud, I instantly think of Space Mountain and then Haunted Mansion and then People Mover. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like picking a favorite
Yeah,
child.
because I like the People Mover.
I get it. I
Space
get it.
Mountain, a safari. But if I like my all-time favorite for memories and for now, I'd say Everest.
I feel ya. All right. Are you ready to share some from Instagram?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
We got a ton. What is one ride in Disney World that you would wait the longest for?
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain?
Yeah. Mainly because that is how I used to wait for it when I was a kid. Like when I would go to Walt Disney World, Magic Kingdom when I was little, we waited hours and hours for Space Mountain. It was always worth it. And I still feel like that. However, this last trip that we took, there was a time where we went into Space Mountain. I don't know what happened, but the AC wasn't really working that well.
Smelled
and
like the monorail?
it was really hot. And I remember
Oh.
being in line and thinking, I don't know if I can make it. Like, I don't know if I can sit in here because it's very tight. You know, you're
Yeah.
going into your spaceport. And when it's not cool, that was very rare though. I guess it's never happened to us before. So
I'm not picking one.
You're not?
I'm not waiting in line.
You don't wait for anything.
No, I'd rather just go
What's
get a coffee.
What is the food you'll wait the longest for?
I'd say in the Magic Kingdom.
Anywhere. Like what particular food, meal that you would wait?
Huh, that's a good question.
You're welcome.
Liberty Tree Tavern.
That
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
go-to. I would wait an hour for that.
yeah, worth the wait.
If I didn't have dining reservations and they said you could get into Liberty Tree Tavern, but you got to sit here for an hour, done.
Done. All right. Good answer.
Next
All right,
question.
go for it.
Who was the coolest person you met on your recent impromptu trip to Disneyland?
That's awesome. Who asked that?
Kidron Cannon asked that.
That's who it is.
Kid Cannon
We
TV.
met him.
Yeah, that's who we met.
Yep.
Kid
And his
Cannon TV
girlfriend.
on Instagram. Yeah.
They were really the coolest. I
Yeah.
actually will never forget that because we had just ordered the beignets at the French market, and then we had all eaten, and there was still like 3 or 4. We over-ordered the beignets. I don't even know if that's a thing, but whatever. And I was holding the bag while you were in the restroom.
Yeah.
And I was like, should I do it? Should I do it? And I was like, I did it. I ate like 2 more wicked quickly before anyone in my family would notice. And then all of a sudden I hear, hey, you're gone. And I was like, hey, covered in.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. But no, they were awesome to meet. So yeah, perfect. We
He
met a lot
also-
of people, actually.
He also has another question. Do you ever do parks on arrival or departure days?
We don't.
No.
And
don't.
we talked about that on our podcast about maybe doing a water park on departure day.
Yeah, that would be a good idea, actually.
Maybe. And you know what? Now that I think of it, on arrival day, it would be probably cool. I wouldn't seek out to do it specifically, but it would be cool if they were doing an after hours event. I would probably go to a park that day, that evening.
Yes.
Maybe. We've never done it.
How far in advance do you book the resort to get the best deal?
That's
How far in advance do you usually book?
We usually don't book further than 6 months. Like
Right.
we usually don't. No, a year in advance. Like that's usually, and then the dining 6 months. Like we don't. If they happen to announce plans, we are certainly on top of like making sure that hey, they had a discount or whatever during that date. Then we'll like call to try to rearrange it.
Right. It's different for us now because we go way more than we did in the beginning.
Right.
So we're kind of always like, all right, last minute, month or 2 away, we kind of book, depending on who has really cheap airfare. We do more on the cheap airfare versus the hotel.
Yeah.
Because the hotels are kind of the same price, but the
Yeah.
airfare can fluctuate.
Definitely. Okay.
Have you guys ever talked or been to Castaway Key?
Oh yes.
If not, that would make a great episode.
We should unlock Castaway Key.
We should. That we actually did. We went on a cruise 2 years ago now,
Yep.
and it was amazing. Other than the hot tub, that was awkward. I'm not gonna lie, but in the pool was pretty awkward as well.
Yep.
But everything else on the cruise was unbelievable. The food, the cabin we had, the veranda, Castaway Key,
The Huda?
the veranda,
Veranda.
from Boston. That's how we say veranda. Got to say the veranda.
Okay.
But I enjoyed it. I thought it was awesome. The
Yeah.
food amazing. The food was unbelievable too.
I think once we got to Castaway Key, it also just like was like a full circle for us.
Yeah.
Like I had a hard time, and I've shared this in Patreon a couple times, but I had a hard time relaxing on the cruise, even though that's what the cruise is meant for. Until we got to Castaway Key, it was like all of a sudden, just everything clicked, and I just had the best day ever. If I were to do it again, I would want to double dip Castaway Key.
Yes, me too.
I didn't have enough.
Hammock on the side of the bridge there, overlooking the bay, was
Just
unbelievable.
Amazing.
What are your favorite quick service restaurants in World Showcase?
Ooh, that's a really good one. I always talk about the Tangerine Cafe.
Yeah.
Morocco is my favorite. I think hands down. I can't seem to ever get enough of Morocco.
I do enjoy the French market there, where you can get a variety of
in
pastries
Paris?
or sandwiches.
Yes. That's really
in
good.
France.
Where do the kids get that
They get the
Chocolate
chocolate
cake.
Yeah, from Germany.
Black Forest chocolate
Black Forest cake. They love that. There's also the giant pretzel there.
That's so good.
I mean, you can't go wrong. We recently ate in China, the China Pavilion.
The best udon noodles, or
Yeah.
what noodles would we get?
Udon.
Was it udon noodle?
Something
I
like
don't know.
that.
It was so good. I was like, wait a minute. Made them in just lo mein or something. I was something simple that you probably get or see at a menu at your local Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
That for whatever reason was amplified by 20. I was like, I could not believe how delicious.
They were all pretty good.
Very fresh tasting and yummy. We'll always check that out again. Definitely.
If
Because
you-
like China's not the one, because like you can get Chinese food here
Yeah.
at home, so like it's not one of those we always go to. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
If you could take one ride out of the parks that you would not be sad about, what would it be? Let's go with Magic Kingdom.
Oh, I don't like this
Take one ride out.
Fine. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but it's a small world.
Yeah, I'm with you on Magic Kingdom. Very much different in Disneyland. But in Magic Kingdom, Small World, I'm taking out. See ya. Not even sad about it.
Oh, I feel
What about
bad still.
Epcot?
But one attraction I would not be sad if they removed Epcot. Oh, I don't think I know. There are not a lot of attractions out in Epcot. So if you think about it, if you remove something.
Mission Space, you wouldn't be sad to see go?
All right. You know what? I have said this before. Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think I like the idea of Mission Space, but the actual ride I dislike. I don't like being confined. I don't like spinning. And even in the lesser thrilling version,
Yes.
it's not enough for me. Like I don't like it.
Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom, I probably go
Cali
the
River
show-
Rapids. Out.
I was
Not
gonna
even sad
say-
about it.
I was gonna say Cali River Rapids, but Cali River Rapids, or if shows count, I'm okay with losing Finding Nemo. I feel like I've seen that movie so many times,
I'm with
and
you.
they do such a good job in Epcot with the actual attraction of Finding Nemo that I'm okay with the show being. I'm
100%.
sorry for the actors and the performers. Like,
Hollywood Studios.
I don't know. I think probably
Trying to think of the shows there.
there's a lot. I mean, there's also like the the stage shows that are there.
Little Mermaid. Would you be sad to see that go if they took that away?
I think I really like Little Mermaid there. I feel like maybe because it's a connection with our our kids love that movie so much that even when we still go in there, I'm not disappointed.
I'm gonna say Little Mermaid.
That's
Of
the
all
one
the attractions there, that would be the one I would be least sad to see leave. I know I'm gonna get hammered for that, but
you are.
it's fine.
What other attractions are there that I'm
Haunted Mansion, Rock and Roller Coaster, Star Tours,
No,
Indiana Jones, Spectacular.
just Hollywood Studios?
That's what I'm saying. Those are all Hollywood Studios.
No, you said Haunted Mansion.
No, I said I meant Tower of Terror. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, could never see that go. Maybe retheming of Rock and Roller Coaster.
Maybe.
I think that would be. I think I talked about that before, but I think I would like to see more of Tower of Terror-esque in that area. Like, I would love for an addition of Hollywood Studios to be like 1940s spooktacular area. They could have like Sci-Fi Cafe there, and they could have the Rock and Roller Coaster could be like a old limo
Yeah.
that you go in, like old. I don't know. That's probably if I had to choose.
Epcot food review. Which country is your favorite and why?
Morocco.
If you had to eat at one country at the World Showcase, so which country would it be?
Morocco.
I think mine would be France.
I mean, it's good. Look, like we said earlier, you can't go wrong
Yes.
in the World Showcase. Like, every single place to eat is so fun. And
Morocco, the food is good,
Yeah.
and it's not as crowded.
I like the culture. I love wandering through Morocco at night. You literally feel like you're in Morocco. Like, it's so beautiful, and just everything about it. I mean, I'm Greek, and my mom has like a Mediterranean type of way of cooking, but it's just not the same. Mom, sorry, Mom. It's so good.
It's fine.
Okay.
She's not listening.
Okay. Next question.
Would you rather not have a podcast, but be able to talk about Disney? Oh, wait a second. Let me rephrase that.
Okay.
Would you rather not have a podcast, be able to talk about Disney ever, but could go 4 times a year?
Ooh.
So eliminate the podcast, and you can't talk about Disney,
Yep.
but you can go 4 times a year.
Okay.
100% going 4 times a year.
Well, here's the thing.
See ya, podcast.
I don't know, because the podcast.
Bye, YouTube.
You're so rude.
Why is that rude?
I don't know. I just feel like it's so easy for you. Like, yep, I'm out.
4 times a year, that's a lot.
Yeah,
That's
but what if it's
amazing.
only 4 days, 4 times a year?
I'm still fine with it. This podcast's a lot of work.
I think that it gives me more of an outlet and escape than I think everyone realized. Like, there's a lot of people that have messaged us that are starting their own podcast now because they've heard us or whatever. And I'm all for it. Like, I feel.
That's right. So I'll
Yeah.
go 4 times a year. There's so much other content you can listen to.
Okay, fine.
Not worried about it.
Whatever. Okay, next one.
Next one.
That was hard.
What has been your favorite resort you've ever stayed at?
My favorite resort I've ever stayed at is probably always going to be the Polynesian Village.
I agree.
I think that we really love that atmosphere so much.
That was an easy one.
It can't be beat.
Would you rather be the guy with 50 zipper bag or walk around with wet feet or socks from Splash Mountain all day?
50 zipper bag.
100%.
No doubt.
No shame.
Bruce is so
No shame.
traumatized that he now carries an extra pair of socks whenever we go to Walt Disney World because he once had to walk around for like an hour with soggy socks, and he will never do it again.
No way. I'm the 50 zipper backpack guy all day long. It only bothers a couple people one time. And then once
Behind
you're in
you.
the pack,
Yeah. Once
Park.
you're in the park,
yeah, you're fine.
you're fine.
Would you ever stay at Fort Wilderness Campground?
Yes.
I would. I think that's the only place I would ever go camping.
Yep. Disney camping, my style, glamping.
Would you rather get fast passes for Rise of the Resistance or Flight of Passage?
Rise of the Resistance.
No doubt in my mind.
Yep.
There is only a few attractions that I've gone into having high expectations and having those expectations exceeded. Rise of the Resistance is one of them.
Mm-hmm. Plus,
I would choose Rise
yeah.
of the Resistance every single day of the week over every other attraction.
Yeah. I know it's going to be, I know. It's definitely a experience you have to try at least once. It's probably a one-day thing. Like, you never would probably get to ride that twice in one trip.
Favorite menu item at Casey's Corner?
full-on hot dog.
Foot long, all day long.
All day long. What? Okay.
Connie, was it difficult being pregnant at Walt Disney World?
Ooh, that's a really good one.
It was difficult for me.
Yeah, I was
when
gonna
wasn't
say.
even pregnant.
I was very needy. No, but other than that, no. The heat can get to me, but I felt like I was prepared, and it was fun. I had a good. I think the only thing that made it difficult being pregnant in Disney, I'm gonna say it, is having major FOMO and not being able to go onto the thrilling attractions, because I really love Space Mountain and I love all those thrills. So that kind of was the bummer of the trip, you know?
If you could bring one snack home and you had that snack whenever you wanted, what would it be?
A chimichanga from Disneyland.
Yeah?
Hot and steamy.
Hot and steamy, baby.
I'd be so big.
By the way, the hot and steamy chimichanga breakfast one was really good too.
Like hot and steamy all day long.
I had
that
two.
is all day long.
I had 2 hot and steamies when I was in Disneyland. One in the morning and one in the afternoon. I had a morning hot and steamy and an afternoon hot and steamy.
You were.
I would say
Living the
if I was going to
large
bring
life.
home, I would say ice cream, some sort of ice cream, a Mickey bar, one of those, or even the fruit waffle. I could eat that every day.
The Mickey bars they sell now at grocery stores. I've had friends that have been messaging me lately. They've been pulling them out.
Yep.
They were saving it for a rainy day, and they said they were good, but you know,
Mickey
not as good as
Mickey
the-
bars from the grocery store are almost like those home videos that people recreate the attractions on. It's cute, but it ain't the same,
I feel
right?
yeah, like it's good A for effort, but
Yeah.
you know, come on,
It ain't the same.
right? Okay, I have a question.
I'm
from
not
an
going on
email.
your haunted mansion in your living room. Sorry.
That's where you draw the line.
That's where I draw the line.
Okay, sorry, Bruce.
I have one last one.
I have an email too. I want to get through. Do you want me
Okay.
to go first?
I'll go one. Let me do my last one.
Okay.
What is the ride you try to avoid the most?
What, the plane ride? The car ride?
The Tragical Express on the way home?
The bus ride?
Yeah, anything with a lot of people on it. So the bus ride, the monorail when Magic Kingdom's closing. I try to avoid those at all costs.
What attraction that we would
I try to Splash Mountain sometimes, depending on how I'm feeling.
You always avoid that.
Kali River Rapids, I avoid at all costs.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing else that I avoid.
Peter Pan, you try to avoid.
Only because of the
I'd
weight, not the
pluck
attraction.
You all right into line.
Yeah, only because of the weight, not because of the attraction itself.
I would say the only attraction that I avoid at all costs is probably the River Rapids, mainly because you're soaked head to toe. There's really no way to stay dry on that, and I'm usually not in the mood for soggy shoes. Soggy everything else I could deal with, but shoes, it's so much
Last one.
stuff to pack. Okay, email from Abigail. Hello, Connie and Bruce. First, let me say I love your podcast. It is really keeping me going while everyone is self-isolating. My husband and I were planning a trip, but we needed to reschedule. Normally, we are Disneyland people as we are from Washington State, but this would be our first time attempting Disney World. And I was curious between Polynesian and Contemporary. Which resort would you rather? For a Sans kids couple, did I say that right?
No idea.
Who will be spending most of their time on property at Magic Kingdom. Secondly, I was curious, which restaurant would you recommend for introverts? That's a good one.
Any non-character dining for introverts is perfect. They're all great.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
Yep.
And
This is-
Contemporary or Polynesian?
Yes.
Me personally, I would choose the Polynesian.
Well, here's the thing. We love the Poly, but if you're going to be spending a lot of time at Magic Kingdom,
Never mind. I'm going to the Contemporary because then you can just walk right home.
I mean, it makes perfect sense. The resort boats are incredible. Like, that is one thing that is so worth it when you're on the loop on the Seven Seas, and you at the end of the night at the Magic Kingdom, you can go on a resort boat.
Yeah.
Better than that, though, the Contemporary, because you can literally see the park right next to you. It's really on top of you, and the ease of in and out is gonna be obviously a lot more quicker.
Yeah. I think I'm with you.
And I think the Contemporary does have that feel of, so it's right next to Tomorrowland, and it definitely is like a nice addition to Magic Kingdom.
All right.
So that's the one I'm
I'm with you. I
Okay.
like the Poly, and I would choose. You can't go wrong with either, no matter which one you pick.
No.
But the Contemporary, especially if you're going to spending a day or two at the Magic Kingdom for that walk home at night, you're going to thank yourself. You're going to thank somebody really a lot that you don't have to wait in that line to get on the monorail or the
You
boat.
are. Yep.
It's unbelievable.
You know it's bad when even our kids are like, oh,
yeah, that's for sure.
they're out.
All right.
All right.
Thank you guys so much. That's it, right?
I think so.
If we missed them, we'll do another episode
Yes.
of the podcast or of this YouTube channel in the future. But
Okay.
Check us out on the podcast, longer version of this part 1 over on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, all of those podcast platforms. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching this.
Subscribe.
We're going to be doing a lot more videos like this, top 5 restaurants, snacks, attractions, in or outs, would you rathers, worth the waits,
We're
all of
doing
those
so
things.
much.
Yes. So
I love it.
hit the subscribe button. It's going to be exclusively for YouTube, so not
Okay.
on podcast version. You're only going to be able to find it here.
Really?
Right.
I like it. All right.
If you want to join Team Tonga, links below.
Okay. I'm a cast member today.
Yeah. See you guys.
My shirt. Okay. Bye, everybody.